On this episode of Inside the Blueprint, we gain insight into building sales teams, discuss an analytical testing lab, learn about innovative synthetic grass systems, plus lots more. Starting a new company from scratch? There are several steps that must be taken in order to turn your new venture into a thriving business. Who can you turn to when you need help reaching customers outside of your network? Let's learn more from the experts at Darwinian Ventures.
The culture at Darwinian Ventures is all about performing at our very best. We're all about hitting our numbers, exceeding our numbers, and helping trigger growth for our clients. On top of that, we really love to have a good time while we're doing it, and I think that sort of feeds everything that we do. We focus on software and technology companies that sell to other businesses, so B2B SaaS companies, B2B software companies. We go deeper than just giving recommendations. We're actually doing the heavy lifting and generating sales and generating growth for our clients. So there's one client that we just took on called Spectrio, which is about 400 people total. They sell digital signage. It was our job to help standardize things across the board and give each of the folks in each of the divisions an even playing ground so that they could really succeed. We always try to push people out of their comfort zone. We encourage them to look for new methods, look for new tools, look for new ways of doing things. And usually, if you're smart about it, there's some amazing growth that can happen. So we do a number of things with an early client. The first thing is always an audit. So we'll go deep into their current systems, we'll learn what works for them, we'll learn what type of customers have been buying from them if they do have sales. And then what we do is we try to build a systematic framework around making that repeatable and then ultimately making it scalable.
Darwinian Ventures is unique in that they focus on the bigger picture, building systems and strategies to help you achieve your revenue goals.
Darwinian Ventures focuses on the big picture, the entire revenue ecosystem. So having that full visibility from lead all the way to closure and collections, contracting is really important. The three main problems I see with both early and late stage companies is with the tooling infrastructure, lead generation, and the deal closing process. You can't just focus on lead generation. Oftentimes what we see is that there are leads coming in, but where the failing point is actually on the closing process. We look at the entire customer journey from lead all the way to closing. Before we kick off any project, typically what we do is we'll go under NDA and we'll do a complimentary sales audit. And it sets us up to understand what we're stepping into. And it gives the clients a feel of how we operate and how we think about their big picture. To understand the full sales cycle, you have to break down your sales program into three main parts. You have your awareness, you have your consideration, you have your closing. What we typically do is we build every single stage of this funnel into the CRM and define really rigid goals for what the inputs are to get the outputs exiting that stage.
From planning to launch, your ability to go to market faster and more prepared just got sent into hyperdrive.
Here at Darwinian, we have four main offerings. We have a lead generation offering where you can fully outsource your lead gen to us. But we also have an advisory package. You can outsource your sales operations or revenue operations to us. And the last one we do is it's called fully managed sales, where you can outsource the entire sales function to us.
So the reason that we're here this week is partly to train our team and partly just to do team building and work together from the same place. We're pretty unbiased when it comes to tools, but one of our most favorites is going to be HubSpot because we find that it has the ability to capture the sales process from end to end. The way that we set up this ecosystem of success is that we have weekly meetings with our clients, keeping the forecast really super tight and accurate.
Darwinian Ventures has come in and helped us look at all of the processes and tools that we've been using in our sales organization, and they are optimizing all of those tools, helping us find more efficient tools and state-of-the-art technology and methodologies to enhance our sales organization to enable us to grow at a much more rapid rate. I think there is so much value in having an independent person or party come in and take a look at your organization and the way you work. Darwinian has come in with no biases, an incredible work ethic. They stand behind what they say and what they prove, and they prove it out in the results. And they're a phenomenal group to work with. I would highly recommend working with them.
The one thing I would say to any business owner is adaptability and evolving is absolutely paramount. There's always a way forward and there's always a way to grow your business, and we'd love to be a part of it.
For more information about Darwinian Ventures, visit their website, darwinian.com. And of course, visit our website, insidetheblueprint.com. Bringing medicine from development to patients takes years due to the enormous amount of data that is needed to demonstrate safety and efficacy. What can be done so that good medicine can reach patients sooner? Can a single laboratory make a difference? Commercializing a product needs support from a lab to provide sophisticated technical data with highest quality, fast. That lab is Valentia Analytical.
Valentia Analytical serves primarily the biotech industries, the pharmaceutical industries, and medical device. Valentia Analytical's capabilities resides in the development of analytical methods used to test the purity of biopharmaceutical products. We test the purity to show that they are safe and efficacious for patients to have.
Valentia Analytical knows the difference between good data and satisfactory data, and that good data lead to faster product development. This means medicine can get to patients sooner.
Good data is predictable. It's concise. You're able to clearly understand what the story is from looking at the data. Not just an individual piece, but data that's been compiled over months and years. Good data will not necessarily take longer to generate. It is a function of strong systems that are present prior to the generation of the data. And that's what Valentia Analytical has. Strong systems in order to obtain good data. Drug sponsors have a lot in front of them in order to present to the FDA or the regulatory agencies that these drugs are safe and efficacious for patients to have. Some of the services that we provide are theories on the analytical methodologies. It's really helpful to the drug sponsors to understand not only the data that they see, but how that data is generated from this method. It serves to empower them even more in being able to tell how these drugs behave and how these drugs are characterized.
The pivotal role of analytical testing is to generate data to make transparent the product's identity, strength, purity, quality, and safety.
We achieve better data primarily through instrumentation and people. Instruments need to be clean, well maintained by trained, qualified people. We have rigorous cleaning procedures that ensures no cross-contamination. All this leads to highly sensitive data so that we can separate signal from noise. We generate data over months and years. Every data point is attributable. We know who did it. It's legible, that you can actually read it, that it's contemporaneous, that it's really done at the time, that it's original, and that it's accurate. Data integrity is not just about following principles. In addition to state-of-the-art instrumentation, we've invested in sophisticated computerized data systems that help maintain data integrity.
The art of analytical testing is in revealing the unseen. Methods must be developed specifically for the product to maximize sensitivity and reproducibility, combining state-of-the-art technologies with years of experience.
One of the latest technologies is ultra-high performance liquid chromatography. We use these instruments to separate components. The better you can separate, the better you can quantify. These are fantastic technologies that we invested in. It helps to build better data. The data that come out of them have to have the highest integrity, and they have to be maintained. So we have our LIMS systems and our scientific data management systems on secured servers that are backed up daily.
Remember, better data is achievable when combining robustly developed methods, state-of-the-art technologies, well-maintained instrumentation, robust training programs, and commitment to data integrity.
The future of Valentia Analytical is to be a center of excellence in analytical testing, in data integrity, inspiring the younger generation to improve quality of data, make it even better in the future than what we have now, make drug development faster, ultimately get medicine to patients sooner.
For more information about Valentia Analytical, visit their website, valentiaanalytical.com. And of course, visit our website, InsideTheBlueprint.com. Baseball's come a long way since Babe Ruth. All sports have, but none more so than baseball. From little leagues to big leagues, the game is more competitive, more demanding than ever, requiring legendary skill, lightning reflexes, and crowd-pleasing performance. And the field is specially artificial turf that athletes run, catch, and perform on must meet the 21st century challenge.
For the last 37 years of my career, my emphasis has always been on player safety, protecting players, ideally not having them get injured. So I really got involved with this artificial turf study to make sure that this was the best possible synthetic field for our players to play on.
Globe Life Park, home of the Texas Rangers since 1994, remains. But in March 2020, the team relocated across the street to brand new Globe Life Field. A huge part of the 21st century cutting-edge venue is a cutting-edge playing surface, manufactured by Shaw Sports Turf, one of North America's leading synthetic turf companies.
The fact that we went out and we benchmarked well-manicured natural grass playing environments, and in those tests we take 7 specific metrics. Those metrics break down into 3 areas. One is really player to surface interactions, one is traction and how that player behaves on the surface, and then also energy return, and really how the ball interacts with the surface. The goal is to mimic well-manicured natural grass playing environment, and through our research, we've been able to do that.
Texas Rangers and other teams, after decades of playing on natural grass and 2 decades of intense research on field surfaces, athlete and ball mechanics, decided the benefits of playing on Shaw Sports synthetic grass surfaces was simply too good to pass up.
Shaw had a commitment to getting the baseball surface right that was different than any other manufacturer that we did on our preliminary visit. And then in subsequent visits, they demonstrated a commitment to baseball and to baseball playing surface that was beyond anyone else.
Shaw Sports Turf prides itself on being at the industry and manufacturing forefront for better performing, safer, and more durable synthetic sports turf fields. As that leader, more and more sports teams, from little leagues to big leagues, are turning to Shaw Sports Turf for energy-efficient, water-saving, and big league cutting-edge solutions.
The main reason Paragon Sports Constructors decided to partner with Shaw Sports Turf Systems was their devotion to research and development. And basically, they're not doing what nobody else in the business is doing. We've worked with a lot of the other major manufacturers, and Shaw by far and away is light years above everybody else.
Installation of the new synthetic turf began in late February 2020, requiring 2 weeks of precision teamwork from start to finish.
Some fields now, it's a rubber pellet with a sand combination. That's what Toronto and Tampa Bay have. But we're actually playing with a new product with Shaw, which is actually an organic infill. So it's a ground up coconut shell, and it acts and feels and looks like a natural dirt.
So the turf system here is specifically designed for baseball. There's the B1K shock pad underneath the turf system here, and the turf is a very dense product, specifically with 2 tones of color to look very natural on TV and play just like natural grass. This field was benchmarked off the old Texas Rangers field.
When an organization as disciplined as the Texas Rangers does its homework, the payoff can be, well, like batting 1,000.
Well, the turf is nice. It feels like grass. The technology of this grass is made to feel like you're playing in regular grass. I think it's going to be a very good surface for the players to play.
We are thrilled to have the Shaw surface on this field. We went to all the manufacturers on the synthetic side and said, listen, we are not even going to consider this unless you can deliver to us the best playing surface in Major League Baseball.
It's looking good, Chuck. It's really great. As you can tell, it's pretty close right now.
So one more lift of sand and then geofill.
That is correct.
We're going to turn it over to Dennis and his group.
Right. Let the grounds guys get on it and figure out how to moisture condition and maintain, and should be able to maintain it pretty easily.
Well, it looks great. Y'all have done an outstanding job on it.
Thank you. We're very proud of it.
To learn more about Shaw Sports Turf 20 years of excellence in over 3,000 field and stadium installations, and how Shaw Sports can help propel your organization into the 21st century both on and off the field, visit shawsportsturf.com. Or to view this segment again, visit us at InsideTheBlueprint.com. Launched in 2000 in Gardena, California, a small company dedicated to the idea of environmentally conscious, sustainable production of lighting products, Visionaire Lighting quickly expanded in both reputation and size.
From the beginning, we started doing smaller scale jobs, everything from parks to sports facilities, and then got into automotive lighting. And as the company grew, we got into more large scale projects like smart cities and street lighting.
Fred, the president and owner of our company, was also involved in tennis, and so they wanted to start doing tennis lighting. And so we initially started by lighting tennis courts with HID, or high intensity discharge lamps.
Our company initially started with just assembling products, and over the years, we brought more and more processes in-house. Now today, we are a completely vertically integrated company who manufactures all of its different components here in our facility.
The advent of commercially viable solid-state, or LED lighting, was the first significant change in the industry in over 100 years.
The new technology that Visionaire has and why it's going to make us stand out is because an open platform, it's a single pane of glass. Currently, in today's lighting market, if I am with a university or if I'm with a city, I want to be able to control my lights, I want to be able to control my parking sensors, my oxygen sensors, any kind of thing, and any time I want to do that, I have to do that on a separate login, a separate program. What's unique to Visionaire is we're an open protocol, which means we have different devices from different manufacturers that we could bring in and all operate on our own user interface.
Because solid-state lighting was essentially a small computer, it enabled other connected devices to interface with lighting for the first time at this level. This was the birth of smart lighting.
The technology that I developed was a platform, a very agnostic, unique platform where we could have multiple softwares on one pane of glass. So I could actually take it to where I could bring in 3 or 4 different types of software, bring it into one, and be able to visualize everything on a single pane of glass.
In the light fixtures there's a real estate. There's a platform inside there which allows that. The light itself's not detecting that movement, but there would be a computer or brain chip that's inside that platform that allows you to be able to signal what's going on based on the camera.
Visionaire manufactures its own printed circuit boards in-house in its Surface Mount Technology, or SMT, facility. Each board is individually tested and analyzed for quality. This ensures the elevated level of product quality and longevity.
We have robots doing injection molding, making the optics for our LED fixtures. We have a SMT room, which is surface mount technology, which will pick an LED off of a reel and place it onto our printed circuit board. We have a pattern shop, or sandcast and for die cast.
Just like the smartphone's evolution over the years, Pangea Link technology will integrate with applications we haven't even imagined yet. There's a street light almost every place you look, which can support this technology in the future.
When you talk about the future and the application, it's really unlimited, and it's allowed us to continue to keep desiring the city's wants and needs and learning them as they're learning them at the same time.
The great thing about our technology is it's really future-proof. Because we are an open-ended platform, that means that whatever you have currently today, If you're happy with it, that's great, but if you realize you have a need and you need to incorporate something else into that system, you could do that in the future. So if you want to bring cameras onto it, if you want to bring smart water meters onto it, you're allowed to do that in the future because it's an open-ended platform.
The future for Visionaire is actually very, very bright. We're really developing things today and future-proofing our fixtures to where people can actually have access to this stuff 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. As you know, software never stops. It's always an evolving thing. So in some cases, we know where we are today, but it could change in 24 months. It could be a totally different technology. So we're trying to stay on the cutting edge of that.
For more information about this new technology, please visit visionairelighting.com. In order to build the toughest machines in the market, they use American steel. Steel that's cut with laser precision and fabricated by a welder who is dedicated to doing their best. But before the steel came the desire.
We began November 1, 2013 from very humble beginnings. We had 38 employees. We were just trying to figure out a way to produce a first-class product that would make its way into the marketplace.
The demand was unbelievable. Our suppliers could not keep up. The tank companies couldn't keep up. We was selling a lot more machines than they could produce. So we was unreal excited about the launch of the new product.
It's Robert's relentless pursuit of perfection that inspired the company to build a brand new production facility that has nearly 5 acres under roof. It houses state-of-the-art equipment with room to grow. All of this, along with its nearly 300 employees, can be found in Batesville, Arkansas.
Intimidator in Spartan and Bad Dog Accessories, we had the latest of all technology. When you look at a lot of companies that's 40 and 50 years old, a lot of stuff they outsource, we do everything in-house. So we laser cut, form, break, weld, paint, assemble. So we literally can design something where it would take normally 3 years to do. We can have it done in 2.5 months.
Take our Spartan mower, there are a number of advantages that we have that individually causes it to stand out. One is the thickness of the metal. We use 7-gauge metal for all of our decks, guarantee it for life.
The ride technology, we believe that we have the leading, industry-leading softness in the ride that we have on our mowers through the technology that we have implemented there. Our hill climbing ability, we have sold a number of mowers during the demonstration because of the ability of our zero-turn mower to stand and to mow on an incline.
We are looking forward to servicing our dealers, to knowing exactly what our dealers need to make their business successful, because we're only successful when our dealers are successful.
For our company, when we look at stuff, we look at stuff done by the seconds. We just redesigned a facility that was one of our newer facilities. We just redesigned it because we was at 42% weld time, and now we've got it to 72% weld on time. The more efficient we can get as a company, the more lean we can get, the better product that we can give the customer for a better price.
It's obvious that their success doesn't just come from dominance on the technical side, but from a firm foundation built on core values. For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, or to become part of Inside the Blueprint, go to our website, insidetheblueprint.com.